What are we going to talk about today? What am I going to show you? Well, it looks like I need to install a door handle, doesn't it? I took this off previous because I just repainted this door. I had a couple marks on here, and I noticed that this bottom panel wasn't as best as I knew I could do. So I ended up taking the handle off. I took the hinges off. I repainted it in the garage. I had it all set up here, and I took this door down here, this exterior door, 1 3/4 solid core door, and this door jamb, all that. I painted the doors over there. I just reinstalled these doors, and I just was in the process of installing this new weather stripping. Doesn't that look nice? Hey, I've got it all on my channel under a previous episode for these condo renovations. And if you want to see any other things that I have other than the condo renovations that I've been doing, you can always go to my YouTube channel page, my main YouTube channel page, click on playlists, and then scroll down to whatever topic you're looking for. I've got like 53, 54 topics on my YouTube channel. Yeah, all sitting there waiting for you. Thousands of videos waiting for you. I think I got, 2,400, 2,500 videos so far, and I'm not done yet. And so see, when I took that off, I saved all my bits over here to reinstall this. It's pretty easy to do. This is a paddle handle. I call it a lever handle. It looks just like this one here. Okay, if you want to see that, that's what this video is about. Stick around. All right, I guess that'll have to do. Now, my pet peeve when I install door latches is that I like to make them flush with that. And a lot of times, depending who datoed out this, usually even door companies, they usually get these too deep. And you see, if there's nothing in there, and if I were to push this in, it's way inset, okay? And I don't like doing that. First off, it doesn't look very nice. It's not like flush. Secondly, this latch doesn't stick out as far. When this is pushed in, you could lose almost 1/16 of an inch of throw going into your strike plate. And if you've got a gap between your door and your strike plate, it might barely hold. Now, I just took some cardboard, and I folded it. I folded it up, and I'm using those as shims, and they happen to fit right in because I've already installed this once and took it out. Okay, so that's my shims, and when I get ready to screw this in, it's going to be flush. You don't have to have wood shims, doesn't matter, because once I get this, when I bond this together, that's going to actually hold everything into place anyways. Okay, and I like to do this just by hand. I don't like using my drill because I could ram it in too far. I've even seen guys put on there, oh yeah, I can do it, no problem, and they're going fast, and then their drill falls off of the screw and kadoink, and makes a little divot in your door. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Everybody's done it. I've even done it. Okay? Yeah, this is way better than before. Okay, that's how you do it. And I just used that cardboard out. You know, when I installed the new one, it had some cardboard pieces in it, and I just took it and cut it. See, like this one here. When I get ready to install this, if I in this door here, right here, on the side latches, if I need to do something there, of course, I'll just take a little bit of the cardboard, and just this little cardboard right here, I can cut it to length I want and fold it over. I can guess and fold it over 4 times, as tight as I can. And if that's too much, I can undo one little thing, cut it off, and put 3 folds in there instead of 4, or something like that. I do that. I've done that. In fact, every single door in this condo, I had to do that. So every door, downstairs, upstairs, had to do the same thing. Okay? But I do that. You know, it takes me a few minutes longer, but it just looks right. It makes it look good. It makes it look like a professional installed your door handles, not just you. And speaking of professional, you don't have to be a professional. You don't have to be a professional at installing door handles and stuff. When I took this one off, I put it back together and I put the screws in, just so I didn't lose them or anything like that. And always, whenever I install one of these, this is just a paddle lever handle, okay? And with no privacy locks, no keyed lock, no nothing. And these are designed that the handle can be popped out. Both of those, and flipped around, because you always want the screws facing the inside. And because this is just a little closet, of course I want the screws to the inside, don't I? Well, if the screws, let's say the screws were on the inside, and after I got it installed, I had to have it like that, and the paddles were facing up. Okay, like that. Then they give you this little tool, and you just press the side. You can pop those out, flip them around, because it always looks nice to get your paddle handles. I always like them contoured facing down. But do you know, if you have a handicapped person in your house, it's always best to run your handles facing up. That way, if they can't use their wrist, or they're trying to use their wrist and it keeps sliding off this, if you're up like this, they can just take their wrist, and this is already up. They put it right there. It's going to hold on, and they can still open the door. Okay, I've actually put them on like that before, and I've seen some people, they just do that, and they say, well, because the screws were on the other side, so I had to do that. And yet they didn't know that they could flip these around. In the old days, you couldn't do that. You had to order, or you had to buy right hand and left hand door handles at the store, okay? And to where they fit, because they weren't interchangeable. Now see, that's pretty much it. And I just find the screws, and I like to turn it just by my fingers first. This one's a little bit trickier, but that way I know I'm not stripping, or I'm not on the edge to where if you try to tighten that up, some people are like, yeah, it's kind of going hard, but it's going, but you might be cross-threading it. And I'll just get the drill and screw it in there. And you think you're going to go and go and go, and pretty soon you get the screw almost 3/4 or 7/8 of the way in there, and it won't go any further. And maybe you break it off, or you bend it, or you strip the head off, all because it's cross-threaded. If you can't tighten up a screw with just your fingers to begin with, then, you know, kind of pull it back out and work at it again. Okay. And then you can tighten it. And I don't use my drill for this. I'm gonna get you resituated over here. I don't use my drill for these. I just use my screwdriver. Okay, that's all. And now I've had this installed previous, and what I like to do before I tighten it up, if there's a little bit of a slop here, which there is, I like to lift that up. And I think that's what I did when I installed it initially. Okay. because after a while, the handles have a tendency to slop around, and then they have a tendency to slightly sag. So if you install them level initially, after about a year, go and look at your handles. They're all going to be looking like they're sagging. And at that point, you could lift your door handle and fix it to a certain extent. But you know, these things aren't designed to last forever. You might get a good 10 years. 10 years out of this. Okay, that's it. Now we'll get it closed here, and oh, I'm liking that. That's just beautiful. See, no wobbling around. If it was wobbling, see, I installed the strike plate when I installed the door handle. Okay, if it was wobbling, see that little tab right in there, and there's a notch in it. You can take your screwdriver. You can take your screwdriver right there, and then you can pull that and bend that tab out just a hair to take up the slop. You don't want to do it too much. Just do a little bit at a time, because if you do it too much, then it's too tight. Then you got to push that back. You either got to take it off and bend it, or get your screwdriver in there without buggering up this edge and all that kind of stuff. And these can only be bent so much because they got the groove in there. It's only held with little metal there and there. Do you see that? If you start messing around with that too much, those things break off and snap off. Lots of door strike plates, depending on the maker of it, they might not have that groove. So then what I do is I'll take my pliers and I'll actually take this off, hold it in my hand, and take my pliers and bend it and then reinstall it. I may have to do that 2 or 3 times to get the strike plate exactly where I want. Okay, but that's bueno. I'm liking that. Okay, that's it for this time. Well, that went pretty easy, huh? Well, that's all I got for this time. But I'll be back with more videos. And what am I going to show you next time? Well, seems as though we were talking about this door here. I'll probably install this doorknob next time. All right, see you then.